Welcome to Farm Charm Chic. I'm Emily. In today's episode, I have 4 beautiful fall and Halloween laser projects to share with you that I have made using my brand new ALGOlaser. I am so excited with how much my laser community is growing. Thank you so much for all of your support. If you like crafting, DIYs, dupes, hacks, thrift flips, or just creating in general, I would love if you would consider subscribing. If you like any of today's projects, remember to hit that thumbs up. But let's go make some DIYs and check out this new laser. All right, we're just going to hop right into this brand new laser. This is the ALGOlaser laser engraver machine that was sent to me. It is a wonderful machine. It is a 22 watt laser. And first things first, I have this box that I'm opening up. And you guys, if you watched any of my prior laser videos, you know I absolutely love when there is minimal assembly. And this laser comes put together. There's just a couple of pieces that you have to put in place, and I'll show you that here. But it was so simple and so easy. When you first open it up, you're greeted with these beautiful manuals here that you have with some instructions. It tells you a little bit about the machine, a little bit about some of the things that come along with it. I just loved this bright orange color, and it was so fun looking through these. You can see in the manual you have color pictures. It is very detailed on how to set up your machine, how to use it, everything like that. If you've used a laser engraver, this is very straightforward. If you're brand new to this, it is very easy to follow along step by step and learn how to use this machine. So let's go ahead and put all of this stuff away, and we're going to start taking this out of the box and putting it together. So the frame was all put together. I just had to put on the feet, and then you have the arm here that I will attach, as well as the laser itself. I'm putting the shield and everything on that. And then there's just the cords that you attach. And this machine comes with an air assist, which makes all of the difference when using your laser. After I got all of that hooked up, I took it out to my studio, hooked it up, and then I just did a couple of test runs here. This is real time here showing you how this laser goes. And I always do just a few test cuts just to kind of get my bearings, see exactly how many passes I need to do, what type of power. Once I have all of that figured out, it's time to start creating. So let's go ahead and make some projects and test out this machine. One of the toughest decisions when you get your laser is to try and decide what you want to make first. I always feel like signs are a very easy project to start with, and they're very nice looking when you complete them. I mean, they're awesome. You'll be able to see what this looks like. Hopefully you guys like this sign. I thought it turned out really cute. But there's not a lot of intricate pieces that you have to put together, and so it's a perfect place to start. Now, this ALGOlaser is a 22 watt laser, and it cuts through the wood like butter. Now, I'm going to put all of my supplies and all of the files and everything down in the description box so you guys can see exactly what I'm using, or if you want to replicate it. So this is just I think it's 1/8 inch wood that I get, just base wood or basswood. I am not sure how you call that, but I just get it from Amazon, and it cuts beautifully. You can see all of these pieces here. There is not like anything, even like this little buffalo plaid on here. You can see how well that just comes right out. It's amazing. Now I'm going to spray paint all of these pieces. I'm in that warm time of year at my house where I don't have to worry about cooler temperatures and spray paint like I do during the winter time. So I spray paint a lot of my pieces just for speed. When you're running your business, or you have craft shows, or you're mass marketing like a bunch of pieces, you guys know how important it is to be able to spray paint your items and just work really quickly. This machine allows you to do that. I mean, I was spray painting these, it was cutting out other pieces, and I mean, it was such a smooth process to be able to do all of this. Now you'll see some other shapes here. I do a couple other projects in this video that you'll see, and when I cut them out, I had a lot of the pieces, like all of the orange pieces here, all of the black pieces here, so you might see a couple of these pieces appearing here, but hopefully you guys like all of these projects. I love the fact that you have the capability to own one of these machines and not have to pay several $1,000s for it and have it do such an amazing job. It really takes your business to the next level. I feel like if you're a hobby crafter, I mean, this is a great investment, but I really feel like it's geared towards more somebody who's going to use it for a business. You're going to be making something for people. You're going to be making Christmas ornaments, keychains, craft items. I mean, there's several different things that you can make with them, but it is such a great investment to take your business to the next level. Now you can see how it engraves that design in there, so I know exactly where to place all of those pieces. And the machine did that wonderfully. It didn't like cut through the machine, it etched it perfectly, so I knew exactly where to glue each of those. And I'm just doing a heirloom white color on the back of this sign here. And then you can see I'm taping it. After that spray paint dries, I just put a piece of tape with some paper on the top, just kind of haphazardly. I taped it on the back there. That's just covering the rest of the sign, so it's going to keep that nice white color. So on this one, I can spray paint it the color that I want. And you can see this green color here. I wanted to match that. And that is this little green color here. So I'm just going to do this, and it makes such a crisp, clean line with that tape there. And I just go back and forth. I do a couple of coats on everything just to get a really good coverage. And then after everything is painted and dried, a couple of pieces that I didn't have a good spray paint color for, I do have to hand paint. So these little pieces of wheat here, I have this, I believe it's cashew from Waverly that I'm using to paint those. And then the fun part comes of assembling the sign. I just use the DAP brand of super glue that I get at Lowe's. Gorilla Glue works great. Any type of super glue. I have tried to study up on different types of glue, and I have some that I'm going to be trying that I will hopefully let you know in some of the other laser videos that I do of how that works. If you have any tips of glue that you like to use, I would definitely love to know. But as of right now, I've just been using this super glue, and you just want to be careful not to get it all over your fingers, because that does kind of stick around for a couple of days there. So you can see this little herringbone. It's not herringbone, it's buffalo check. I'm just placing that down on the bottom of that sign. I've decided to paint it black, and the green color pops underneath. You definitely can customize your signs for when you're selling them. The fun part is you could maybe do 5 or 6 signs one color and do a whole batch another color, and have them kind of match people's different decor, because some people, you know, they don't always have the same color scheme in their home, and that's what's fun, is testing these. If I was to make this again, I may brighten up that black buffalo print there, because I feel like it's a little dark, but in the right setting I think it would work really good. And I know exactly where to place these letters because I have all of that engraved spots, engraved places on there that this machine cut for me. So that way, even through the paint, you can still see exactly where to glue those. And then I'm just going to add this little wheat pieces onto the side here. I just think this sign turns out so cute, and it's so fun. And you can see how the laser pieces really do add that extra element, something you don't get with a cutting machine. It's something that, I mean, I am not talented to hand paint a sign or hand draw a sign like this, and so it definitely gives somebody another option to add something like this to their business. And look, I got all the tires and everything on there, and I just think this turned out so cute. What colors would you use if you were painting this for your house? Let me know down in the comments what color you'd make that truck, or what color you would do all the different things on this sign. But I just love that kind of dusty blue on the truck, and the green. It turns out really nice. One of the features I love about this laser is its smart screen that it has here. It has all of these different features that you can see here, and it's all touch sensitive, and the image is very clear on there. You can go in, you can change like the sound settings for what you're using on the screen. You can go in and determine whether you're getting it from a USB or you're getting it from an SD card. You can update your firmware in there, and it has all of these different pre-programmed options, which look at how beautiful that looks on that screen, that you can see exactly what you're doing on there, so you can tell exactly what the design is going to look like. So I'm just going through, it has several different images there to choose from, and so I just kind of flipped down through them. I found one, it was labeled flower, and I thought, you know what, let's pick this one. So that's what I went ahead and did, was I just clicked on it. I see the design come up here, and I'm like, you know what, that's good, let's go for it. So when I click into there, it's going to ask you several questions that you can change on here. Your amount of passes, you're going to decide whether this is metal, whether it's wood, acrylic, like what we're doing, whether you're engraving, you're cutting, you're going to choose your power settings, your speed settings. All of those are done right from this little screen here, and so it's very easy to function with. Choose all of your different settings and get it set up to cut. So here I'm just selecting that I'm using a wood item, and then once I can see here exactly what I want, you can change, right here you can change the size. So if you want to make this larger or smaller, that's exactly where you would do that. So I get on my settings set, and I hit to go. and it's going to have you make sure that it is in the exact frame, showing you where it's going to do the engraving at. So you're just going to check mark if that looks okay. And then when you go to press it again, it gave me an option of if I wanted to do more passes, which I thought one pass would be pretty light. So I did just go in there, and it gives you that little message there. And I bumped it up to 3 passes on there for my engraving. And so you can see it gives you the cute little message there. And then I go on, and it's just going to do its thing. So it immediately just starts, it engraves, super simple and super easy. So just showing you really quickly what it did there. The time lapse of the machine is moving so fast you can barely even see it going there. But when I come to pull it out, just to show you here what the engraving looks like, it turned out pretty good. I mean, for 3 passes there and all doing that from that screen, I'm very happy with that. Now, if you have several items that you're doing, you need to place your next one in, you need to move on, you don't have time to go in and adjust the settings every single time, you're just going to line your piece up there. There is a button that says again, you just push it and it does the exact same thing again. So when you're mass producing items, how simple and easy is that? So now I'm in sign making mode. I have another Halloween sign that I want to make. Do you guys like decorating for Halloween? You'll have to let me know if that's something that you guys like. I love decorating for Halloween, but I love more of a cutesy Halloween, I guess. More like hocus pocusy style, not necessarily like the goblins and ghouly, like bloody. I don't love that kind of Halloween. So I'm more of a cutesy Halloween fan. So you'll have to let me know if you like that down in the comments, because I haven't done too many Halloween videos, but I would love to start adding that for you. A little trick of the trade when you're painting small pieces. Now these are pretty fine because they are bigger pieces, but you can add a little bit of tape, like painter's tape, onto the back of them to tape them down when you're painting them. And that way when you start spraying, it's not going to blow all of the pieces everywhere. And if you've done that with spray paint, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's no fun and it really is frustrating. So that is one tip that you can do, is you can just do one big long strip of tape, fold it over, and have all those little letters on there. Now I thought it would be really fun to make this sign striped. So I just taped off with a couple, like 1-inch tape I did. So it's 2 inches total, 2 pieces of tape across. And I'm just using some black matte spray paint and just getting those stripes in. You can see I just go back and forth there. I've started wearing gloves when I use spray paint because I hate having to get the spray paint off of my fingers. I've started using coconut oil, which helps. So there's a little tip for you when you're spray painting. If you get it on your fingers, try a little bit of coconut oil to help get that off. So now I have this purple spray paint because I thought it would be really fun to add a purple color. You can kind of see my letters shifting there. So just remember that tape trick if you have a problem with that. I wasn't having too much of an issue, so I thought I would be okay. And then I just have this appley green color here that I'm just going to spray these dots, and you can kind of see some of them move around a little bit on me there. Now you can see how small some of these pieces are though, and that for this ALGOlaser, that is no problem at all. It cuts such fine little areas and fine little pieces. I'm excited to show you the last project that I made with this, of all of the intricate cuts that it does. I mean, it is truly an amazing machine. It is a great investment. So I'm going to leave all of that information linked below, so that way you can check it out and see if it's something that you would be interested in. So I'm just using all of this super glue here. You can kind of see I'll put a little bit on there, and I got a little too much, so I'm like, oh, I'll just put it on one of the other letters. And of course I have that engraving that the machine did, so I can see exactly where to put each of the letters there. I just thought this color combination with the black and white was so cute. And I'm just very careful of where I get all of these letters before, because you know, you only have a few seconds to work with. You still have a little bit of time to kind of manipulate it, but that super glue does dry really fast. So you just want to make sure that you've got it exactly where you want it before you move on to the next thing. So then moving on here with all of these letters that are glued down here, I'm just going to put in that little or in the middle for the trick or treat. And then I have these cute little embellishments that go on the side of it. And since I made sure that that white strip was in the middle, so I could paint these black, so that way they would really show up. And then I just thought these green dots really just kind of add a little bit of fun detail to it. This was just a file that I got. I'll leave a link to that down in the description box, but I just thought it was kind of a fun little thing to do and have, and you can just see all my little dots coming up there. What do you guys think of this sign? I think it turns out so cute. And I did go in with a white paint marker and put a little dosh, I don't even know what that means, a dot and a dash around all of the letters there to kind of make it pop a little bit more. I felt like it needed a little something, but I think this turned out really cute, and I think it's perfect for a really cutesy Halloween. So something I do with every laser that I try out is I see the thickness of wood that I can cut out with it. And I thought it would be fun to cut a cute little jack-o'-lantern out here. Now this is MDF board. It is 3/4 inch and it cut through this very, very well. I had to do several passes on there. I'll leave all of that information so you can see exactly how many, but it was so easy and I was so impressed that it cut that right out of that thick wood. And then I thought I would cut out the little pieces of some thinner wood so that way I could layer it. And you can see here I'm just spray painting it orange with all of these pieces I did on that earlier sign here. I'm just adding a second coat of the paint here to make sure I get that coverage that I want. I love decorating with little jack-o'-lanterns. I think they're so fun and so festive, and I thought this design with the cute little witch hat was so perfect for this. Now, I'll show you what I end up doing. I tried to do the little stripe on the witch hat there, but I wasn't loving how it was looking. So I had this sparkly kind of glitter paper that I have, and I thought that that purple on there would totally be witchy and cute. So I just cut it to size and used my, I think I actually didn't use my glue stick, which I regretted instantly. So use your glue stick. I love that purple Elmer's glue stick. You guys know if you've watched me that I love to use that with all of my crafting projects. But this one took a little bit to dry there. And then I just cut it off so that way it fit. And then I did just take my little fingernail file. Here is what I like to use to get into these little places. And I just sand in a downward motion. So you're sanding away from the paper there. That way you can get a crisp, clean edge. And then if you want, you can see how it sanded away some of the scorch marks, like where the laser cuts, that burn mark that looks so nice and precise. I just went in with a black paint marker to get that back on there. But I really think that that purple sets this little witchy hat aside, like apart. I mean, I think it just looks really cute on there, much better than if I had just painted it white or some other color. And then I had just painted the little buckle yellow, and we're just going to glue this hat right onto our cute little jack-o'-lantern here. I just think this is so fun. Do you guys like decorating with jack-o'-lanterns for Halloween time, or are you more just like pumpkins for fall and carry into Halloween? I know everybody's a little bit different with how they decorate for the different seasons, and I think it's so fun to see how everybody has their own traditions and everything. Now you can see this really coming together here, and I'm just using some of these little Dollar Tree clamps to make sure that that witch hat stays on there and it stays firm. And then I just am going to go ahead and build our cute little face on this jack-o'-lantern. I just love this little toothy grin. I just think that that completely sets this whole little jack-o'-lantern apart. I think, oh my gosh, it's so cute. And this wood is thick enough, this MDF, that you can set it up and it's not going to fall over. You don't have to add something on the back to prop it up. You don't have to set it against anything. It's going to be such a substantial piece. And I love that with this machine, you can cut out these substantial pieces like this and be able to create these, because people love items like this. I think that he turned out so cute. Would you guys put him in your house? I love how this project turns out, and you guys, this is sped up like very fast. I did a time lapse of it cutting this out because it did take a little bit of time to cut this project out, and it takes a couple pieces of wood, but you can see how intricate all of those little pieces are, and it cuts it with no problem at all. I didn't have to recut anything. There was no snagging or anything like that. I mean, it was just such a clean, crisp cut. And I'm just spray painting this with matte black, so it would be so fun to spray paint it in so many different colors. And then I'm trying to figure out here the front versus the back versus which side goes. So I had to keep track of all of that. But I'm making a little lantern, like a luminary lantern type thing. And so you could easily leave it open the way that it is, but I happen to have this pack of vellum paper. And so I thought I would try and put this in there to kind of make it glow a little bit more. I'm just trying a couple of different colors. I ultimately decide on white. You'll have to let me know what you guys would do, if you guys would put the orange or the yellow, because they both would look really cute. But I just use my finger to push along the ridge of the inside of the lantern there so I can cut this paper, and I'm just cutting it with scissors, and I'm just going to cut it to size. Now, I wasn't sure I wanted to leave this in permanently, so I do some of my trusty Elmer's glue to help this stay in. You could easily do some hot glue around the edges to have it have more of a permanent hold. I just didn't know if I was going to leave the paper. Ultimately, I really do like it, and so I think I will, but I'm just letting you know if you want something that to hold a little bit more, you could use something a little more substantial than just the Elmer's glue, or even like some super glue on the back of those, just a little bit so it didn't seep out. But I do the same thing with all 4 panels. Just cut that vellum paper to size. and then just glue that down so that way you can kind of see on the pumpkins how it has a firm hold. Now this, I decided to super glue this all together, but part of the fun of a project like this is you wouldn't have to do that. When you snap it all together, it holds very well. The cuts are so precise that it fits together just like puzzle pieces. And so it would be really easy to take down and store in your decorations from year to year. So just keep that in mind. I decided to glue mine just because I wanted to see how it all held together and how sturdy it was. And this thing is so sturdy. And it turns out, you guys, I want to do so many of these, like, and just have them going up my walk, up like to my porch, and have them all lit up Halloween night. I mean, how fun would that be? So it has a base piece here, and when all else fails, just pound it with your hand to make sure it goes in. And then I'm just using some clamps here to get this all clamped together to make sure that super glue dries and all of the pieces are touching. I go in with a little paint marker here, just if there was any like places that the black paint maybe got scratched or anything, and that way it's all black. And I'm just using some fairy lights here. I thought this would be fun. You could use candles, you could do some of those artificial candles. I just thought some fairy string lights in there would be so cute. But you guys, look at how beautiful this is. I mean, you want to talk about like moneymaker selling for craft shows, like here we go. I mean, think of doing these for all different seasons. They are so beautiful. I tried my best to show the fairy lights in there. I couldn't get it quite dark enough to have the picture show up really well, but you can kind of see the fairy lights in there. But it has the most beautiful glow. And this is my favorite project that I did today. I would love to know your favorite project, so you'll have to let me know if you like this one or if you like a different one better. I am so pleased with how all of these projects turned out. This ALGOlaser is definitely a must if you're looking to invest in a laser. Definitely check this one out. Again, all of the links will be down in my description box. This laser is brand new to the market coming out. It's coming from a company that has years of experience, and it is such an amazing machine. And you can see from all of these projects that I made how well it cuts. It's definitely, with that 22-watt laser, is going to be so powerful that it is going to save you time, which we all know in the crafting world, when you're selling your crafts, time is money. So definitely check that out. Let me know which of these was your favorite project today. They're all so beautiful, but I really do just love that lantern. I just think that is going to be such a showstopper, such a stunning piece to have out. I think I'm going to make a couple more to set up my stairs, so that way Halloween night, all my cute little trick-or-treaters will have their pathway with this beautiful lantern. You guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you again to ALGOlaser for sponsoring this video. Have such an amazing day, and I'll see you next time. Happy crafting! If you liked the video that you just saw and you want to keep crafting together, here's another video that you might enjoy. And as always, remember to like and subscribe. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time.